didn't have this video planned, and then the Midnight Gospel came out, and suddenly that is what I had to make some art about. I was going to do a video about work and stuff and things and editorial stuff. Maybe? I don't know. It'll probably come out next week. That'll probably be next video. I've watched the first 4 episodes of The Midnight Gospel by Duncan T. Russell and Pendleton Ward, basically the creator of Adventure Time's new show, and it's amazing and it's incredible and it's a genius idea and the animation's so good and I love it so much, and I just had to make a video about it. And it's like, I just feel stupid. It's the classic thing that I go on about all the time, but being earnest online is hard. I guess what you just got to do is not give a shit, and that seems to be what I can channel very well. So I really could not give a shit, but at the same time, I'm filled with optimism, hope. I want to spread the good stuff. I want to spread the good vibes to you. We're all just here in the cosmos making things and saying stuff, and that's what the Midnight Gospel's all about. The Midnight Gospel is me in animated form. The Midnight Gospel is me in a Netflix show form. So if you like these videos and if you like what I do, then you should watch it, because it's incredible. It's such a genius idea. Just from what I've seen and what I've figured out and what I've viewed, I haven't even finished it. It's like too much to binge watch. You cannot binge watch. It's only 1 season, 8 episodes. But I feel like you've got to go slow. It's based on a podcast by Duncan T. Russell, who I didn't know about his podcast, didn't know anything. I am now going to definitely subscribe and listen to his podcast. He also has just a great way of speaking. Like, he sounds kind of cool and funny, and he just rambles a bit, and that feels very suited to animating. It's weird. I didn't know whether he was a voice actor before, but his voice suits the character so well. So what they've done is they've literally got clips from the podcast and they've cut them out of the podcast and put them in the show and then animated around them. And then clearly what they've done is they've gotten into contact with the people who are on the podcast as well as Duncan, and they've recorded like extra dialogue so they can actually make a story around that little clip from the podcast. So you can kind of sometimes tell in the audio that it cuts out from podcast audio to like a scripted line, but it's just genius and it flows so well. It kind of just feels like the episodes are like these rambling like conversations between the main character and these people. It's like imagining this crazy trippy fantasy world, but instead of just like it being fully about the story, it's more about like if you just sat down and had a chat with the weird character that you met like in this fantasy realm about life and philosophy and shit. And it's so good and I can't stop thinking about it, and I've like made 2 pieces of fan art. This is one of them. I don't know. I can't say more good stuff about it. I just want more. This is the show I want to work on. I'm going to talk more about work and animation and commission-y stuff next video probably. This video is just me venting and rambling on about how good the Midnight fucking Gospel is. I just am like bonded with Clancy so much. Like, that is just me. He's just like living in this trailer with his weird podcast machine YouTube thing. This like cyber space fucking in the middle of this weird like ranch on a planet. It's so bizarre. It's so trippy. Aesthetically, there's so many like acidy colors. It's so like 90s graffiti colors. Loads of like neon like purples and pinks and greens and yellows. It's almost like gross looking, but because everything's so like cleanly animated and they have such amazing textures all over the place. Oh, it's just so visually pleasing. I tried to sort of recreate the colors in this. This is just me turning it into pixel art basically. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a bit of pixel art. And in fact, I will say at the start of this video, you'll notice if I put it in, But I started doing some fan art. I was like, oh, cool, I really like his ranch and everything, and that sort of shot. So I'll just draw that in pixel art. And I started it, and then I just realized I am not adding anything to this. Like, I'm just changing it into pixel art. That's not really taking or adding anything, taking away or adding anything to it. Why am I doing this? So I had to think, and fundamentally, I just really liked his little trailer. So I kind of like zoomed in on that and just did a very like side-on view. And then just spent ages messing around with lighting and with color. I wanted to do some crazy like star stuff in the background in the sky. But yeah, I don't know. Making some Midnight Gospel pixel art fan art. Hope you enjoy. I've done some more pixel art as well. So that will be on its way soon. But I just had to post this. I've got 2 videos ready to post. But like this is just was bumped up to the head of the line, start of the schedule. What am I saying? What are these words? Just because of just how much I love it and how much I just want to talk about it. There's just no explanation really. Nothing is, there is an explanation. Like he says it himself, like, I'm gonna interview people for my podcast. That's it. And he's constantly trying to find new worlds to explore. And it seems like there's a theme of like every world that he goes to, every dimension, every planet is sort of just about to implode. So it's almost like he arrives just at the end of these worlds just to, interview the people and see what they've learned about life or whatever. But then it's just like audio from this rad podcast that I'm going to listen to more. It's just so good, yo. Like, it's what you need. It's what we need. It's what art should be. And how experimental it is with animation as well. It's so good. If Adventure Time's not your thing, you're probably not going to like it. I don't know. But also at the same time, it's more adult. It's kind of like... I've seen, like, apparently there's been some articles with it about it. Sort of comparing it to Adventure Time, comparing it to Rick and Morty as well. I don't know, I don't want to get into the debate, but like I think everyone just in general online is kind of aware of like the whole Rick and Morty meme fan base shit, and just how it's sort of like cultivated an audience of kind of like cynicism and negativity and like douchebaggery. But this is like pure optimism. This is like pure, like, it comes from the same angle of like trippiness and science and spirituality and weirdness and like cosmic surrealism. But it just is just pure, it's on that just pure positive train. And that is what you need, and that's why it's better than Rick and Morty. I was going to say it covers more grown-up themes than Adventure Time, but I just feel like that's not true. Like, just Adventure Time is aimed at kids more. Like, this is an quote-unquote adult cartoon. It's just so good. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. So yeah, like, there's this bit where he talks to his, like, one subscriber called Hernog Jensen, and it's just fucking funny. And I was just like, that's me. That's just me. This is me, and I'm talking to you through these cosmic rays, showing you my art. I hope you like the art. Hope you're having alright. Hope you're doing okay. Fuck, this is so weird. No one's going outside. No one's properly working, except the people who are. If you are, more power to you. Sorry, money, shit. Everything's just crazy. It's almost like maybe we are in one of the worlds that Clancy would visit just as it's crumbling. Just as it's crumbling around its citizens, Clancy's gonna shoot down and interview one of you. One of us. Who knows? Stay cool out there. Keep a steady course. Thanks for watching. See you soon. I hope you're doing alright. I'll see you next time on the Midnight Gospel.